Did ancient ages have it wrong? Thousands of years ago, our ancestors mastered stones. They found rocks perfect for hitting, cutting, and throwing. This stone era slowly shifted to one of metal, copper. Copper wasn't as sharp or tough as some stones. But it offered better efficiency for most tools. Making stone tools was hard work and brittle. Broken stones meant discarding most material. Copper, however, was easy to shape. It preferred to bend rather than snap. Damaged copper could be easily fixed or remelted. Gold, copper, and lead were early human favorites. Their ores often looked attractive and distinct. These metals also had low melting points. Discoverable by simply throwing or into a fire. But the metal that truly changed history was rare. Tin, mixed with copper, creates bronze. And bronze is significantly superior to copper. Bronze was much harder and held an edge better. Bronze tools dramatically boosted human output. This fueled advancements in farming, building, and more. Prosperity surged, and populations grew rapidly. Powerful city-states and vast empires emerged. An interconnected world of trade and culture developed. Then, the Bronze Age dramatically collapsed. Conflict, disease, and famine caused widespread ruin. In the centuries after, iron smelting technology grew. Mastering iron brought another productivity leap. Iron was stronger, sharper, and lighter than bronze. Yet, copper and its alloys still had value. A new mix of copper and zinc would soon rise. Brass became a key player during the Iron Age. This era saw even larger empires flourish. Early iron, too soft or too hard. The Iron Age name is a bit misleading. Iron knowledge existed in the Bronze Age. The issue was that most iron wasn't useful. Early iron objects were usually small and basic. Some early iron came from meteorites. People found iron-containing rocks while searching for other ores. Iron ore looks plain, unlike colorful copper ore. Exposed iron rusts and erodes, making it hard to find. It took ages to locate iron efficiently. Even after finding it, more issues arose. Iron's melting point is incredibly high. Current technology couldn't reach these temperatures. Instead of molten iron, a substance called bloom formed. This bloom was a mix of iron and impurities. Hammering removed slag, creating wrought iron. Wrought iron was soft, though harder than copper. Next came carburization, heating iron with coal. Carbon atoms made the iron harder. The right carbon amount created steel. But often, cast iron with too much carbon resulted. Cast iron was hard but brittle, bad for weapons. However, its low melting point made it great for tools. After the Bronze Age collapse, tin trade routes vanished. This likely spurred innovation in ironworking. Survivors relied on local iron ore. This innovation was slow but steady. Techniques improved to reliably make quality iron. Controlled cooling and layering created strong steel. Gradually, bronze was replaced by iron and steel. The steel age might be more accurate. Why keep using copper after iron improved? Improved iron was great for weapons and sharp tools. Lower quality iron was fine for single-use items. Bronze helmets and armor were still popular. Bronze was tougher than some iron, less so than quality steel. Making good steel required precise carbon control. Bronze was much more forgiving and easier to make. Its production had fewer complex steps. Minor variations in the copper-tin ratio were fine. Plus, Copper alloys resist corrosion and rust. This meant much less maintenance was needed. But bronze had one major drawback. It was expensive. Tin scarcity drove up the cost. A cheaper alternative emerged later. Zinc. Sometimes called false silver. Zinc found a valuable new use. Brass is a mix of copper and zinc. Zinc alloys had been around for ages. But they took time to gain popularity. Brass is lighter and much cheaper than bronze. The practical Romans loved brass. They made helmets and armor from it. Brass's low friction and corrosion resistance were ideal. It was perfect for items that got dirty or banged up. Buckles, fastenings, and handles were often brass. Greaves and shield edges benefited too. Even spear spikes resisted rust. An iron spike would rust quickly. This resistance also made bronze ideal for ship rams. Romans used brass and bronze for many ship parts. Brass, though corrosion-resistant, was less dense than bronze. It was also weaker and prone to cracking. Iron and steel production steadily improved. The cost of iron ore and steel declined. And we interact with these very metals every single day. This has been Epimetheus. Thanks a bunch for tuning in.